I just sat down here with Keith Norton, sales manager with Work Truck Solutions.
How are you doing?
Yeah, it's great to meet you, Keith.
You as well.
I wish all of my peers could be here at the booth to see this great product of yours, but I want you to tell me about it.
Well, I wish they were all here too, just so you know.
That's our hope.
So Work Truck Solutions, what we're really known for and what we've established from the beginning of our company is an opportunity to do something that no one else does. And that's to work with dealers that have commercial vehicles. So the thing that really does make us unique is we're able to take the chassis of the vehicle, and we're able to marry that with the body of the vehicle. And this is where we do what no one else will do, is we're able to pull that together, present that to the buyer that's on the website of that dealer, and that person is able to see all the details of that vehicle, including the body details.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is I've learned, actually, being in this industry, is that the buyer is much more really loyal to that upfit. And they look at that, and that's very critical for them. So if they're a Ford buyer, they want to make sure they have the right upfit.
Right.
So that's what we do. Behind the scenes, we do a lot more for the actual dealer. We do everything from a prospecting solution for them, so they can actually proactively reach out to their dealers, to their prospects. We do advanced call management, so that there's ability to learn and understand the conversations.
Mm-hmm.
We do a lot of analytics, which is very critical.
Yeah,
we have dealer success coaches to make sure that we're providing best practices to the dealers so that they're taking advantage the best way possible of our solution.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's really the core of who we are. Recently, we released a solution called Convoy.
Yeah, tell me about that.
So Convoy is really exciting for us. Convoy is a marketplace that allows us to pull that inventory that we're working with the dealer. The dealer needs to be subscribed to our service to take advantage of Convoy.
Sure. Right.
But we do it as an opportunity to have a national presence, a ability for any buyer that is looking for something to come to one location. They may not know about your dealership, further down the state or something, but if they go on to Convoy, they can do these searches very detailed, everything from the vehicle to the body to anything you can think of, radius, locations, all of that. And the dealer or the buyer can actually go in there and search that way. But what really makes it unique is the ability to be able to educate that user. Buyers sometimes know what they kind of want, but they don't necessarily know exactly what is going to fit their needs.
Exactly.
And we've really focused heavily on making sure the content is there for the buyer to understand exactly what they need. And that comes through manuals, it comes through content that allows us to do interviews. It allows us to have access to opportunities that they may not necessarily know, and we're educating them. So that what's really cool is that when they find the truck that they need or the transit van that they want, they're able to click on something, and that click takes them directly to the dealer that they're looking for in that truck. So our goal is to provide more leads, qualified leads, and opportunities for the buyers to connect with the dealers that have the vehicles that they need.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Really nice solution.
It seems to me like a lot of the end users, that's what I call a buyer, but a lot of end users, they want something, but they really don't want to get roped into a dealer yet. They just need information. And
Absolutely.
So they need to know what the possibilities are. They need to know what the nuances within their own vocation might be available. They need all this, but they don't want to get sucked into a retail. If I talk to a salesman now, he's going to be telling me why I should buy his truck no matter what.
Yeah.
And I don't want his truck no matter what. I want his truck if it's the right truck.
Absolutely. So I'm from Texas, and in Texas, any car lot is not allowed to sell on a Sunday. So inevitably, that's when someone like that is going to go to a car lot so that they're not bothered by that. What Convoy will do, it will educate them on everything they need to know so that when they are ready, that's when they click the button and they go and find the information that they want from that dealer. The cool thing is when the leads come to that dealer, it's qualified, right?
Yeah.
They're not getting a lot of unqualified opportunities sent them. They're getting truly qualified
The
leads.
inquiry is a serious inquiry. It's not just
100%.
a casual, I just
Absolutely.
driving down the road.
In fact, we had here at the show, we had a dealer that's a customer of ours come by and say, our conversion rate on any lead that comes from you is around 65%.
What?
65%. You find that from anyone else,
Right.
and I'll buy you a drink.
Right, right.
And so, absolutely, it's
even
very,
half of that. That's remarkable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, what I can say is, what's enjoyable about my position here is I love being able to talk with our customers because they absolutely love us, and they're some of them are very engaged. Some of them aren't maybe as engaged as others, but that's what they like because they don't have to worry about anything. We do so much of the work for them.
Yep.
That really makes their daily life much more efficient.
Yeah, yeah. So the other thing that I like about it I'm an inside question person because I've been around the work truck solution since the beginning.
Oh, good.
And what I like about it as from the dealer position is I can find a vehicle for my client if he knows pretty much what he wants. I can find it and have it at his place. What's today? Wednesday, Thursday? I could have it there Monday.
Yeah.
I don't even know where it is yet.
Yep.
But I know that there's one on the Work Truck Solution.
Absolutely.
I know there's one somewhere within 1,000 miles of my place, and I know I can get on a plane. And I know if time is precious to him, it's more precious than money.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I need to, I can hop on a plane tomorrow and pay the next day cost of the airfare to
Absolutely.
LA and drive that sucker back, and I can have it ready for him to go to work with on Monday.
Which is so critical for a
Right.
vocational buyer.
Right, and so many of the fleet and commercial guys, like my clients, my typical client probably has 5 units in his inventory. Well, he may have 5 teams, each one of them has a truck.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what if one of those breaks down? What if the engine fails and finally they've decided that's not going to work anymore?
Mm-hmm.
He needs another one. His team is laid
Immediately.
off until Monday, or 6 weeks from now, or 6 months from now, when something can be made from scratch.
Yeah.
So time is so critical, and Commercial Truck Solution just kind of like that's just a fast forward. It's like it just
When a truck dies on a vocational buyer or a user of that truck, that's their business.
Yeah.
And every hour that they're not able to produce and drive that vehicle is
every minute matters.
Exactly.
Every minute matters.
You know, it's funny. Just yesterday here at the show, we had another customer come by, and he lives in Michigan, and he's a dealer that we use or that uses our solution there. And he was telling us how he sells everywhere from Nashua, New Hampshire, all the way down to St. Louis, Missouri. And I asked him how he does it. He goes, you know what? I've learned that when they find us, that it's absolutely critical. So they're looking for that vehicle. For me to be able to provide the best service, I'm going to figure out how to get that vehicle to them. And that's exactly what he does. He gets in his truck, he drives it there and flies back, or he goes finds one and drives it back as well. So there's ways to, service is critical. And hopefully that's what we're doing as well. We're providing the service that is critical to the dealer.
And there are a lot of buyers and users that really don't want to go to a dealership.
Absolutely.
And so we've had situations where a customer in one suburb of Seattle bought a truck from our dealership in Portland, and the truck that we sourced for that customer in Seattle was about 5 miles away from where the customer is.
Oh, really?
So she saw it on our site. He said, I need this? We called that site and said, is it available? They said, yes, it is. We dealer traded for it.
Absolutely.
And we delivered it to him, and he was within 5 miles of that dealership. And that's not uncommon, because people don't want to go to the dealership, but they want to shop, and they want to be able to negotiate.
Absolutely, and that just creates more loyalty to your brand, right?
Exactly.
So it's very good.
Yeah, so it just builds our presence on the web.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what's really unique is if you are using our dealer trade network, you know, a lot of companies that come to us or dealerships that come to us may be just now getting into commercial, so they may not be having a lot on the floor. Mm-hmm. With the dealer trade network, a consumer wouldn't know that. A buyer doesn't know that. Right. It looks just as big as the biggest one down the street.
Right, exactly.
So
The only thing that's critical for that new commercial dealer that's really trying to get in it is he needs to have tradable chassis
absolutely.
that he can trade, because
There's got to be
like in my dealership, if I'm called on, if somebody wants my service body and all he can give me is a Mustang or an Escape, well, that's not my bread and butter. My bread and butter is just,
you got to play with.
But if they have a partial truck, if they have a chassis that I can complete with somebody of my own selection, that I can trade for.
Absolutely.
And so they have to go ahead and step one step further. But in addition to being involved in work truck, they have to have chassis that make it
You're
viable
exactly right.
for all that.
And that's where we're talking about best practices,
Yeah,
right?
right.
That's where, for someone that is new in the industry,
Yeah.
they have experts here to help them with that,
Yeah,
with
exactly.
ideas and things like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Very good.
Well, anyway, that's it's good stuff, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us about
Well, it's
it.
a pleasure. I'm glad to finally meet you, and
Hey,
excited to
same.
working with you,
Yeah,
and glad you're a customer.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take care.